when I'm actually in it and playing the scene, I am immersed totally. And what happens with your body is that your body doesn't know the difference. So if you're working yourself up into a panic, all those crazy panic hormones are coursing through your body because it's like, oh, this is what we're doing. We're in fight or flight right now. Okay, let's go. And so it really does. You have to like figure out how to calm everything back down and remind your body that this is not reality. But it's not easy.
Yeah, that takes work too. So that's why I'm so impressed by the artistry of what you guys do, because I know how much goes into it. And I think a lot of people watching, sometimes think you show up and it's glamorous, but it's blood, sweat, and tears, right?
It's not glamorous. It's not glamorous.
No.
And it can get monotonous. That's the other thing. It's like you do it over and over and over. You need a lot of stamina. Yeah. It's exhausting. Some of the red carpety type stuff might feel a little glamorous, but even that is a performative in some way. You're performing the role of the celebrity on the carpet doing the interview. It's all work. But it's work I love. So, and I think nobody's doing it that doesn't love it.
Yeah, which is important. The two other fan questions I thought were really fun that I want to squeeze in. The first one is, who do you text with the most from the cast? And the second one is, if the cast was in a group chat, who is the least likely to respond and participate? Like, I'm a terrible group chat texter.
Oh, Lord. I probably am in closest communication with Kelly and Katarina. But even with them, we'll go months and not chat, and then we'll talk a bunch, and then we'll go for a while and not, and then talk a bunch,
Yeah.
Who is the person that is least likely to respond? Oh, gosh. I don't have an answer for that. And even if I did, I probably wouldn't want to share it because I wouldn't want that person to look bad.
Oh, my friends would put me on blast. I'm like, I am not into the group texting.
Oh, really? You know what? I love a good group text. I love a good group text. I do. My husband does not. He does not. He does not enjoy the group text.
Oh, no, I get overwhelmed, and then I miss too many. It's a whole thing.
I know, and then you have 47 to look at, and you're like, oh, I don't have time.
Exactly. That's so much fun. So, before we wrap up, I know that you were mentioning, and we were talking about how April means so much to so many people, but I also got a lot of DMs saying that Sarah, not just your character, you mean so much to so many people. And you talked about things that matter, and there was a post that a lot of women were writing in and commenting about where you did a selfie with no makeup and you said, here are my expression lines and my crinkles and, whatever else you were saying in that, and that the industry sometimes at 30 wants you to freeze, and that's not reality. Here I am. And I think a lot of people were blown away because we don't always see people in the spotlight doing that, right? So what made you want to do that, and what message do you hope to keep sharing with people about that?
What made me want to do that was getting prepared to shoot my movie that I had just written, that I was starring in and producing. And I was going through all the hair and makeup tests and the camera test, and I was having just a very honest conversation with my co-producer on it, talking about the reality of aging in this industry and how I hate that I care about it. I hate that that I care about the bags under my eyes, and that I'm trying to find this, I have this product that works really well, but then you can't put makeup over it, and then it was making me crazy. And I was like, I don't want to obsess. I'm so tired of it. I want to embrace and love the lines and love all the things that my life has put on my face. And she was like, she was just offering a lot of empathy and a lot of wisdom, and saying, it starts with you.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I'm going to just post about this. It's on my heart. And I was very honest about how I'm not past any of it. I still am looking at my dailies from my movie and being like, oh, I hope they do a beauty pass on that. I still, but because the reality is that in my industry, men are allowed to age and women are not. And the older a man gets, the younger his love interest gets. And I've experienced that in some of my projects as people are pitching who my love interest is going to be. And they've suggested people 20 years older than me. And I'm just like, no,